Hi, in this video on advanced searching, we're going to take a look at wildcards and adjacency operators. So what do they do? Wildcards equals efficient searching. So we'll show you how you can use different wildcards in different parts of the word to make your searches a little bit more efficient. One of the things benefits is it does take consideration for the different spellings, specifically between US and British spellings. And then I'll take a look at adjacency operators and how that equals efficient and focused searching. So I'm going to just do some different searching, not the bicycle and helmets one so much, but I'm going to show you how this works in Ovid Medline. But please understand that these adjacency operators only work in the Ovid platform. They do not work in the Signal platform or Scopus, so those have different adjacency operators. But we'll take care of that one in the tutorial on translation of searches to different databases. So let me flip over to our Ovid Medline, and in here we'll try a couple of different things. So we're going to start with the wildcards. So one of the things that we can do is going to put, if I wanted to find all the variations on therapy, therapeutics, therapists, and that sort of thing, you know this already, you can put the abstracts in behind there, and I'll search that in the title and abstract field. And away I go, and it's going to find all those variations where hopefully we'll see one. We see therapy, 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 maybe lots of therapies, but not therapy. It's not coming up in the titles, but regardless, it's in there. It's going to search all those variations. One of the things to be really cognizant of is that you choose the proper length of root word to put the operator behind, and that way you'll make sure that you don't get too many unrelated searches. Like you wouldn't put it after THE because that would just be way too much. There are different operators in the databases that sometimes do the same thing. So you will sometimes see the $sign, and that also works in this, and it's equivalent to the asterisks, so it works for both. There is another one that you can use, and that's the question mark. And whereas the asterisks or the $sign finds all the variations based on the root, the $sign will limit you to only one extra character or no character. So here's a good way that works, and it works for especially well for different spellings. So if I do color, but put the single character in there, and we'll look at the title and abstract. We'll find both the US and British spellings of it. So if I do that search, color, and if I scroll down, I checked this earlier, I think, here we go. You can see here color with a U, and it's also found color without the U. So the question mark will find a single character, and sometimes that can be really good. Going back to our bicycle helmets search, I did law, and I only wanted to find law or laws, so I put the question mark behind there and did that, and so that excluded lawyers and other lawless and all sorts of different variations on LAW, and this was a more efficient use of a wildcard here. So that's what that would do. Okay, let's talk about adjacency operators. And adjacency operators are a way of focusing your search. And here's a good example of this. If I was doing a search on cold therapy, and so I do cold and therapy, that I'm putting everything in the parentheses just so that it's all grouped together, and look at title and abstract and do that search. What this is going to do is it's going to find all the articles where cold is in one part of the article, and somewhere in here we have therapy, but this isn't about cold therapy. So how do I improve that search? If I go back here, I could do cold therapy in quotation marks, and it's going to find that specific phrase. And that's okay, but there can be different combinations of words that would actually mean the cold therapy that we're looking at. Somebody could have written an article looking at the effects of cold on therapy, so the quotation marks wouldn't catch that. Or if we did an effective therapy would be cold water. If somebody had written an article using that specific phrase, we can use the adjacency operator to capture that. And here's how that works. So I'll start with parentheses, and I'll cold, and then I'll put ADJ. And then here I can choose the number I want. I can choose between 1 and 20. I'm going to go with 3. And I'm just going to throw this in there right now. This would be a good place to use that wildcard as well. Close the parentheses. Title. Well, actually, I'll take that away just to make it similar to the other search. And we'll look in the title and abstract field. So now this search is going to find the words cold and therapy with either in either order and within 3 word spaces of each other. So it's expanded my results, probably giving me more useful articles, but it hasn't gone to the extent that this just doing cold and therapy together. So that's the way that we can use the adjacency operator to help expand our search, but keep it focused to our particular concept.